All right, today we're going to be talking about transmission in a 2001 Lincoln LS with a 3.9, and we got 75,000 miles on the clock. Okay, and the transmission we're going to be talking about is the 5R55N. All right, same family as the 5R55 S&W. So I get a call from one of my wholesale accounts, and this is either their car or someone in the family or relative's car that they road checked the car. This is a 5-speed automatic, 5 forward speeds, and they said it only shifts up to third, and it doesn't shift into fourth, it doesn't shift into fifth. Check engine light on, codes present, a P0734 gear ratio error in fourth, because there is no fourth gear, and a P0735 gear ratio error in fifth, because there is no fifth gear. A lot of times you'll also have possibly solenoid C code, P0795, I believe. So the problem of what the problem is with this complaint of no fourth and fifth is in the valve body on the 5R55Ns only, not in the S and the Ws. So in the inside the valve body, I identified the valve train, and there is a broken spring on the 4-3 pre-stroke valve. Okay, so what the purpose of this valve and spring is it controls the apply and release rate of the intermediate servo and the direct clutch, which is on in fourth and fifth gear. So with the spring broken, it cannot do that. The valve's going to get stuck possibly in one position, won't be able to apply or release anything. So I have the valve body on the bench, and we're going to open that. I honestly did not even open the valve body yet because I'm so sure the spring is broken. We're going to take a look at it together. All right, and I'll see if I can get up close, angle it so you can see. Then we're going to pull the valve train out, and I actually have a replacement spring for this problem that Sonics makes. Okay, and here is the part number for that Sonics spring. One comes in the package. All right, so we're going to open that up. I did not open it yet, and we're going to open it to confirm that that is the problem, which I can probably say 100% is the problem, because it's this scenario with this 5R55N is pretty common. So I want to get a little closer here. I'm going to open this up in a minute. I'm going to show you what I have to take out to get the valve body out, and also when the valve body drops down, a spring may fall out, and I want to show you the spring, and later we're going to go to the car, and I'm going to show you where it goes in the car. All right, so let me just move this stuff over, and I'm going to get a little closer, and we're going to start with this showing what has to come out, and then we're going to move on to the valve body. All right, so before we can pull the valve body down, get all the valve body bolts out, you got to take the reverse servo out. There are 4 bolts in here. Okay, that's the reverse servo. It'll drop right down. First, of course, the filter's got to come out. We got 2 bolts holding the filter, and I have a replacement filter. All right, you can see it's not a 4x4, so it has a very short tube here, but this is your filter for this all plastic. All right, and now the solenoid pack, 2 bolts are for this pressure switch that gets bolted up here to this plate, which goes on the on the valve body, and it plugs into the solenoid pack, and you have your torque 30 bolts that come out. And in order to release the solenoid pack down, you gotta it's held in, the connector is held in with a bolt, so you need a little tiny stubby wrench that's self-ratcheting, because there's not a lot of room in there, and you're probably not going to get it out with anything other than this. I mean, this is much easier. You can just get it on there, hold it, and go. Versus one that you have to keep taking off and spinning it and turning it. But little stubby wrench is pretty much the way to go to get that connector off. So what we did, sometimes those connectors get stuck in there. So we were loosening the 10mm bolts. I had all the bolts out, loosened it, and I pulled the pack down a little bit, loosened a little more, and then we got the pack out, and the connector is still in there. because sometimes those connectors, like the 5R55S and Ws, they get stuck in there, they break, so, you know, it seemed a little tight in there, so we just elected to leave it in there and loosen the nut, the bolt there, and pull the solenoid pack down. Okay, so here is the valve body, and then you have the plate and gasket. If the gasket is still good, you can put it back, that's not a big deal. All right, and that fits on here, and then you put, of course, your bolts in, and again, that pressure switch is gonna fit here for the solenoid pack. Here is the pan. Pan's possibly the first time the pan's been down. 75,000 miles on, the pan is clean. Okay, and also on the pan, you can see there is a standpipe, and you screw the center out and you fill it until it runs out, then you start it and you fill it again until it runs out. And if you take the whole thing out, then it becomes a drain. Okay, so here is the spring that fell out when we took the valve body out, and it holds the seal like for the intermediate clutch. All right, and it butts up against right here on the valve body, and I'm going to show you where it goes in the car, because chances are it may fall out. All right, it's an orange spring. That's what it looks like. Let's take a look at the valve body, and then we'll move over to the car, and I'll show you where the spring goes. Okay, so this here is the valve train, right here. This is the valve train, 1, 2, 3, in for the 4-3 stroke. All right, so now we're going to take the torque 30 out. Okay, just wanted to reposition for the valve body. So now we're going to take the 3 torque 30. Okay, here is the plate. Put that aside. All right, so we got 2 check balls. This is late style. So we got one here. I'm going to hit it with a flat sand. Got one here. And we got the relief valve there. Okay, so let's take this out. We're going to take this one out. And the relief valve. So let's see. I just want to move this valve. Yeah, the valve is kind of floating like the spring is broken. So now, when you turn this thing upside down, if you want to drain the oil, you gotta be careful, because let me actually pause it. Let me get more on top of the valve, but I want to show you something. All right, so first we got a check ball here, and a relief valve here. And this is the late style body. Earlier styles may not have the relief valve may have 3 check balls. But if you turn this valve body upside down because it's full of oil, you got a little thing right here that, see how loose it is? It's going to fall out on you. This holds, there's a bore plug in the middle of the valve body. This holds it in place. All right, so you want to be very careful there. Even if you want to maybe take a photo or something, or just be very careful. You got another one up here. This is a little tighter, but this one can easily fall out on you. You may not, know where it goes. So I did want to show you that. And the valve, see, it's kind of floating, and there should be a spring behind that. So what I want to do now is we're going to take that, let me just reposition, we're going to take that valve train out. Okay, so let's take see if we can get this retainer out without making it go flying. Okay, so here it is. There's the retainer. Now let's see if we can get this out. All right, so what I want to do, the bore plug is sticking out a little bit. So I'm going to use these here. If we can grab it, pull this thing out. Okay. So this bore plug has almost like a threaded hole there, so that's got to face out. So when you put it back together, make sure that's facing out. All right, now let's see if we can get this valve out without too much trouble. Okay, and if you can look at the end there, there is your broken spring. Okay, here is the valve. Here is your broken spring. And that is our problem. Okay, so easy fix there. So here is our new, again, Sonic's spring. Okay, here is our new Sonic spring. It'll fit right into the valve there. And we can put this back in. Okay, now we got some tension there. We're going to put our bore plug back in, okay, with that, again, that hole facing out. Okay, and we'll put our plug in here. Straight, there we go. Make sure that is down. Okay. All right, now let me just put this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out because I don't want to lose it. Okay, so it's so loose in there. See that? It comes right up. So be careful with that. This one in there is pretty steady. You shouldn't lose that. Now we can kind of just turn this. Also this side, just hit it real quick. Okay. All right, now just give me a few minutes. I want to just rinse this off. Make sure everything else is free, which it should be. We definitely found the problem. And I'm going to wash the plate. We will put the valve body back together, meaning the plate back on. That'll be ready to go. Then I want to take you over to the car and show you where the spring goes. So just give me a few minutes. Okay, so everything is clean. Everything is free. So now we're going to put our pin back, which goes in between. Okay, so that's all the way in. That's again, there's a bore plug in there. Then we have our two check balls, one here, one here. Again, late design valve body, and our relief valve here. Okay, so now we can put. I didn't really even blow this off. I just washed it in the solvent, let it drip, and which is fine. Okay, so now we got our 3 T30 bolts. And what I like to do before I tighten these down is I grabbed a couple of valve body bolts, right? I'm going to put one here and put one on the other end. Because the holes are slightly smaller, you know, like much tighter around the bolt. So it'll line up the plate to the valve body. Okay, so let's tighten it there, there, there. And I like to make sure these bolts, you know, move freely, which they do. Okay, so let's take this. Got this at about 85 inch-pounds. Tighten down. Okay. These will come right out. All right, so now our valve body is ready for reinstall. Once again, there is our problem, the broken spring. on the 4.3 pre-stroke valve. There we go. Again, Sonics does make a replacement spring. All right, so now I'm going to take you over to the car and just show you where this spring would go should it fall out. When you drop the valve body, it may drop out with the valve body, it may not, but in case it does, I want to show you where it goes. And again, it sits here on the valve body. I mean, you can always look at the plate and kind of figure it out too here, but I'm going to show you in the car where it goes. All right, so I'm just going to pause it, go over to the car, and we'll be right back. Okay, so that spring, that orange spring is going to go right in here. Right up in here. You put some trans gel on it, and you put it right up in here, and that's where it'll stay. Okay, so now you've seen the fix on the 5R55 ends only for no fourth and no fifth. It's that broken spring on that 4.3 pre-stroke valve. All right, we're going to put this back in and everything will be fine. It shifted great. 1, 2, 3 had the common code 734, 735. No fourth, no fifth. Sonics does sell that spring separately, so it's an easy fix. Just drop out the valve body and change that spring. You'll be back on the road. All right, so again, 2001 Lincoln LS. I thank 5R55N. This problem is, again, only on the N, not on the W or the S. Only on the N. So I thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you next one.